Just because we're having a winter storm doesn't mean the planet's not getting warm. That idiotic argument's getting old. Climate change can also make it cold. That's the beauty of science. It doesn't care if you believe it or not. So pay attention to science, 'cause it sure explains a lot. You might think it's clever to send a tweet begging global warming to send us some heat. But on top of being a bit bizarre, it also shows how stupid you are. That's the beauty of science. It doesn't care if you believe it or not. So pay attention to science before our environment is shot. How many more times must we explain this stuff? Climate's not weather, it isn't that tough. Even little kids can explain the crux to these science-denying schmucks. That's the beauty of science. It doesn't care if you believe it or not. So pay attention to science before our planet's not worth squat. If this administration could get its way, they'd totally demolish the EPA. And we've got a leader who keeps on slamming the concept of global whamming. That's the beauty of science. It doesn't care if you believe it or not. So pay attention to science and get off your friggin' yacht. It rhymes. That's the beauty of science. A fact's a fact no matter what you dolts conclude. And though your nutty defiance makes you sound truly unglued, pay attention to science, please, before we are all screwed.
It's not rocket science, baby. Believe in it.
I played that song today because it's hot as shit outside.
It's hot as hell, baby.
Heat index is 109 today, people.
Whew. Just a little South Texas warmth. That's all, baby. That's all it is. How y'all doing? It is Friday. I hope y'all are enjoying your pre-weekend enjoyment here. We came on live because last night we missed the show because Mother Nature sent a storm by and we lost our internet and it didn't come back for a while. But it finally came back around 9:30. And we had a chance to go to the Discord channel for a while and chat over there. We spent about an hour over there talking, had a great time. But y'all know me, baby. If I miss a show, I try to make up for it. And so that's why we're here today. I want to say hi to Barbara Hernandez, who was the first one to check in, baby. We saw you pop up there from on the chat list there. And Joy Peters, Gene Shankly, Richard Anderson's out there. And I haven't seen, but I hope she's out there, at Sexy Sports Fan. That's her handle on Twitter. Well, I'm saying her. It could be a he. Either way. Sexy Sports Fan. She sent me a little item in the mail, and if y'all seen my video earlier, my rant earlier today, that little box out there, which is now sitting out there in front of Mama and blowing on her, really works pretty good. And kept me a little cooler out there in my shop today when I was doing my rant. So I just wanted to shout out to her and say thank you very much. And amongst other people, I hope y'all saw the video earlier. Anyway, what's going on? Shit, Donnie's back in town. You could just feel the shitstorm coming back, getting ready to come back. I'm sure all the excitement. There ain't no telling what kind of Twitter storm we'll see coming out of Washington area, but you can bet your ass there's going to be after he's done made his little trip with his whole family, his whole clan of thieves, on their little vacation to Europe, and now they're back. So we got to get ready for it. The fight between Nancy and Donnie is going to heat up a little bit, I think. Donnie's a little pissed off, calling Nancy all sorts of names. So get ready for it, baby. But I kind of like what Nancy said lately. I don't want to see him impeached. I want to see him in prison. What a statement, baby. I just can't get over that. I love it. It's where I think we all think he should be. And who knows, we might see the first U.S. president put in prison when we get done with this stuff. And I'm ready to get the thing going, baby. Do the right thing, but do the thing right. So let's get into the hearings. Nadler wants to start impeachment hearings, which I think is a wise move that gets the official ball rolling and opens it up for more inquiry. And, you know, that's what we need to do, baby. Because this shit's going to start rolling pretty quick. So I hope y'all have had a pleasant week. Mine sucked, baby. We got notified by my neighbor who hasn't been here in 16 years. His empty lot over there showed up, and we went outside and looked, and well, it appears like my fence is on the wrong side of the property line, and so is Travis's house. So we're gonna move a house, baby.
A big house.
A big house.
Well, in the grand scheme of things.
Well, it's
tons of iron is what it's made out of.
It's a solid steel building, baby. Gonna pick it up with a big old pole truck, huge pole truck, and move it over about 30 feet. Not even 30 feet, maybe 20.
Probably the most 20.
Yeah, about 20 feet. Have to move it over.
It's definitely a headache. The idea that, you're having a peaceful morning. Some random stranger comes, knocks on your door and says
pisses all over your day.
Says, hey, your house is on my property.
Your house is on our property. Well, what do you mean? Well, let's go look. Oh, look at that shit. Well, damn. Nobody lived here when we moved out here, and the mistake I have to claim for myself, baby. I'm the one that got out there and found the first survey mark and started measuring from it. And I knew I was right on the money down here by the river, but I couldn't find the one up by the street. So, do it right there. And I made a call, and baby, I was about. It's at an angle because on this end I'm on on the money. It's like a very thin pie shape.
You really weren't off by much. It's the idea of where it is. There's one half of the building.
Yeah.
That is on his property. So now we have to pick the damn thing up.
Yeah.
And we may as well move it away from the fence that's going to be there.
Yeah, because we got to move the fence.
So
yeah, we're gonna have fun this month. So that's on my agenda.
You can say fun on your own accord.
Yeah, it'll be an adventure. That's what it'll do. Something to do. Anyway, keep my head out of all the politics. I'll be thinking about moving that. So that's how and I went to the doctor to go get shots for my shoulders and didn't get shots for my shoulders. So he wants me to go to physical therapy and get x-rays and cut on me, and I don't like that shit. Anyway, I'd rather talk. Who's in the, anybody in the room?
Yeah, let me get that set up really
somebody
quick.
Well, that never, no, Teresa, I don't know if he's a dick. When I went out there and looked and seen where the property line actually is, I went, well, shit. If it was my property, I'd go, hey, you got a bit of my property here. So he's not really being mean at it now. But he did drop the hint that when I was saying, oh, well, we'll have to move that. And, I was sitting there hum-hauling around trying to think of how I'm going to do this. And he said, well, is it that hard? I said, well, no, I know how to do it. It's just it's one of them money things. You're going to have to hire one of the trucks to come over. It'll take me. He said, well, don't worry. 30 days, be fine. And as soon as he said that, I thought, okay, I know who I got. So he wants it moved. They're going to have a crew out here to clear that property over there and build his retirement home over there. His poles are already up over there because every house around here has to have, has to be up on poles because of the flooding. And about 20 years ago, it came out here and set those poles in the ground and started building a house. And from what I understand, there was a dispute between brothers and wives-in-law, and it just didn't work out. So they walked off and left it, and everything has fallen down. The floor rotted out. The few walls they did have up crumbled years ago, and so for 16 years that we know, it's just been overgrown. But now he's going to come back. The poles are still good, so he's got a base to start with. All he's got to do is pull the rest of that junk out of there and start over again. So that's his plan. It just messes up my day. but that's life, you know. I don't. It's pretty obvious. I think the line, he's right on the survey marking, and so no sense in, you know, making it a worse thing.
I just saw a comment go by a second ago saying, I bet he's a Trump supporter, to which I'll say, God, I really hope not, because I'll be staring at his face every fucking day for at least the rest of my days.
The worst
here.
part of it all is, neighbors. I don't want no stinking neighbors. They'll be right out this window, you know, still a pretty good little ways away. It's not like you'll be able to look in my windows or anything, but right now that's just all woods over there, and I kind of liked it like that. But anyway, that's great. He wants a retirement home on the river, so did I, you know. So there's plenty of room out here, I reckon. He'll have a nice time. Yeah. I'm sure.
Okay, so I'm going to do this all in one sweep. So I'm going to tell you everybody who's in the room,
right,
and then we'll get to everybody's.
Oh, this is what?
Yeah,
who's your line?
Well, it's more like let's just make sure
line?
Let's just make sure
Tonight's
we don't.
mystery guest.
So like what Dad's doing, we got to make sure we don't all walk all over each other here.
You insinuating I do? Shit.
Well, I was trying to let you know the plan. You're like, edit. Anyway. Anyway, we want to welcome the following callers: Biker Leo, Midafi, Sparky, Velda, and Velica. How are you all doing today?
Hey, I'm getting ready to open up.
Hey, y'all quit speaking over each other. Didn't you just... No, I'm just bullshit,
Jesus
y'all.
Christ.
Just bullshit.
You forgot Linda in the green room.
Oh, I thought Ms. Linda was in here. I did bring her in.
Ms.
Oh,
Linda.
she got jumped out. And Ms. Linda. And why not? We had Chris Claus as well. How
look
you
at
all
her,
doing?
Chris Claus. How you doing, Chris?
Oh, she got jumped out.
He's muted at the moment. I'm sure he'll be here in a minute. Here, I'll bring you your list so you can see.
Oh, there you go. I can see that.
Yes.
There you go. Hey, Leo, how you doing, buddy?
I'm not dead yet.
There you go. That's my top of my list every morning, baby. Check the pulse. Yep, I'm good to go.
What's wrong with this neighbor and the border and all that shit?
Yeah, out of the blue, I just sitting in there. I just come back from the doctor, as a matter of fact. Disappointing because I didn't get my shots in my shoulders, but all of a sudden somebody knocked on the door, and it's like, holy shit, who's at my door? Because nobody ever comes out here. And it was a guy. His name's Arnold, and he said we talked for a minute and whatnot. He was real cordial and everything. And he said, well, I hate to bother you with this, but did you know that your building is on my property? And I said, what? And he said, yeah. He said, I'm fixing to retire and come out here and blah, blah, blah. And he said, I went to check the survey that he had done a long time ago. Anyway, there it was. Looks like I got to move a building.
Legit.
Huh?
It's legit. Your stuff is on his property.
Yeah, I'm going to do one more check, but I'm kind of like 98.9% sure.
I'm not as sure as Dad is, but I want to see the official papers because I hate to think we were off when we built that fence that much.
Well, it's at an angle. I was off a little bit on one end. Boom, that makes a lot on the other end. Well, we're talking 12 feet. We're talking
is this
about
somebody
12
you
foot.
get along with?
We don't know this individual all that well yet.
No.
He's a new neighbor.
Yeah.
I mean, new relatively. We've never met him before.
Evidently, he owned that property before I bought this place because he had the poles for that house was already built over there, and but because
I just wondering if there's a way you can make an arrangement with him.
I don't think so.
He didn't seem interested. Otherwise, we would have just. I think it'd almost be cheaper to
Yeah.
just buy that little piece of land from him right there.
Yeah, because it's a pie shaped line. So you go from 0 and then about, I don't know, 150 feet, you're at 12 foot. So that's the angle. And but the thing is, Travis's house is not a conventional house. No. It is capable of being picked up and moved. So that's.
Well, there's a thing that changes the whole equation right there.
Oh yeah. No, this thing is built. It's not only our, it's our bomb shelter, dude. It's our, place to go for a hurricane or any other disaster. There's nothing going to hurt that thing. That's good. I
was worried about it.
Yeah.
Just thinking about, I tossed around a bunch of ideas in my own head and said, well, best bet is to hope this guy will give him an easement one way or another. But hey, if you can move it, man, move it and call it done.
That's where I've come to. You know, once I make sure and check the plat myself again one more time, then I'll move it. Because what it entails is hiring. You know what a pole truck is, Leo?
I do.
Okay, get a big one, because you know the kind they use down here in the oil field. Get one pole truck out here. You lift up one end and have the pole truck walk forward about 20 feet, set it down, and then go position himself to the other end, pick it up, and then move it the 20 feet, set it down. There you go. It's done.
Yep. And that's what it looks like. It was somewhere between 12 and 20 feet.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to move it about 20 feet, but that's going to give Travis a little bit of yard over there in front of him.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because the last thing I want to be is like right up against this dude's fence line. That would be very awkward.
Mama's already suggesting he plant bamboo over there, because bamboo grows real fast and it grows real thick. You can't see through it.
Yep. Planting bamboo is usually a bad idea, though. It takes over everything.
Yes, I'm telling you, there's a guy down the street. Yeah, there's a guy down the street that planted it, and I mean, he's got a wall of that thing out there. But man, it's taking up his,
nice privacy fence.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, makes for a good privacy fence.
Yeah.
Yep.
I planted some corn down my driveway for a little privacy.
Oh Lord, there you go. There you go.
In the city.
Yeah, no, I got, the only disheartening thing is I'm going to have neighbors. That guy will be able to hear my rant.
Do you think we give a shit?
Yeah, I don't really give a shit.
They're going, yeah, and
I think the guy across the street I think he can hear it.
Dad, everybody can hear your rant.
Good for him. They know exactly where I stand. Yeah, when I'm out there in that shop, baby, it comes out. But I'm hoping he's a nice guy, Hispanic fellow.
I mean,
he was wearing a cowboy hat. Hey, there you go.
That don't mean shit down here.
I don't know. Everybody wears one down here.
Chances are he is not a Democrat. I mean, not a Republican.
I would tend to think he would be more Republican. Most Hispanics down here are. That's stereotyping, I guess, sort of. Because there are Republican Hispanics, but I think the majority of them down here are liberal Democrats.
We're just gonna want this to be as peaceful as possible, so definitely politics will stay out of it the entire time, because.
Till his first rant.
Yeah. Well, once by then.
That's when we find out just who we're dealing with.
But hopefully my safety, in other words, our house will be moved by then, so I won't care as much. Right now, it's like, let's just get this thing off, because even though I don't think there's anything he could have done, he could have been more aggressive about it, and he wasn't.
More aggressive, and he wasn't. So we're going to give him credit for that. And like I said, it's just a matter of hiring the truck to do it. Fortunately, I know somebody who is in that business. Do I get a cut rate deal? Not a chance, baby. Not a chance.
Business is business.
But I know who to go to, who has the equipment to do it. It's just, and not only that, I know people that work in that industry, and a truck like that, they usually go between $150 to $200 an hour. That provides a driver, the truck, and a swamper, and. I don't know. I can tell him my son can swamp. We'll swamp for you. Don't worry about a swamper. But
so you're probably looking at about $200 or $300.
Yeah, at least I'm looking at probably $400.
Though that's not including the money we're gonna have to get for the supports that we're gonna have to put on the ground for it to sit up right.
Yeah. There's a place over near Mathis, not far from me, that makes these. They call them concrete pipe racks for the oil field in there. You can buy them about 10 feet long and about 6 inches tall, like you'd see in a parking lot somewhere, sort of, but bigger. And get 2 of those to set down on the ground to set this thing on. That would give him a rise in elevation of about 6 inches. And I think that would be enough to keep him out of the water when it floods out here.
I was just going to say, you got that. You have that flooding situation.
Yeah, the spot we're going to move the building to is a pad already. It's used to be a driveway. The grass has grown over it, but you can still see the caliche under it, and it's a good solid pad. So I don't have to worry about it sinking in the mud or something like that. But getting those 2 cement rails would probably raise it up enough to where I wouldn't have to worry about water actually coming in his door. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to worry about you no more then. I saw that and said, "Oh shit, that's terrible."
Yeah.
I ain't worried about it now.
No.
Hey, John, why don't you make them?
Why don't I make them what?
Why don't you make those concrete rod?
Oh, well, it's going to have to be pretty high density concrete to hold that building.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be the type of concrete I could probably pour myself.
Otherwise, I think we could totally try, but the thing weighs tons.
I'm going to stop over there at McDonald's. This is a salvage company, and that's just
not the
things they
restaurant.
do. Yeah, no.
Stop at McDonald's for some
McDonald's.
concrete.
That's it. McDonald's salvage over there.
Concrete and McNuggets.
Yeah.
If they're reasonable rails, then yeah, I'd probably have to load one up in my truck at a time to bring it here, but because they are pretty heavy, and then just kick it out of the truck and move it around with a crowbar. But
anyway,
it's either that or I could put the damn building right on the ground. It's still a rise of 6 inches from ground level, probably to the doors itself.
yeah, but it would also help with leveling it out. But we got to do what we have to do.
Yeah, I got to move it. So if I can't get those cement things, that's fine. We'll stick it right on the ground where like it is right now. Right now it has railroad ties under it. Yeah, but those disappeared long ago. You don't see them. They've been
That and railroad ties eventually are gonna they're just gonna rot away.
Yeah, they just disappeared under it. But it's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
Nobody expects to have one of these things. It's not something you find on everybody's property. Like, what the shit is that? Travis calls it the green dragon. So
yeah,
it's painted green.
I'll have to see a picture of this.
Oh yeah, I'll post a picture.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll do a whole
As a matter
vlog
of fact,
about it.
I figured that we'd put a camera out there and record it when we move it.
Oh yeah, I'm going to for
that would be
insurance
great.
reasons anyway.
Yeah.
Because if
That'll be
my
cool,
house
huh?
gets screwed, someone's gonna.
Travis
pay.
is worried about his stuff in there, and it'll be fine.
2 quick things because we should move on and talk some politics.
Yeah.
Yes.
House
So
moving.
first of all, really quick, let's welcome Chris to the call. How's it going, Chris?
Hey, I'm here.
Hey,
Good
Chris.
deal.
I'm good.
How you doing, bub?
Pretty good. Hey, John, I want to tell you something.
What's that, bub?
I was in Walmart the other day, and I saw some guy, he's a Steeler brother, saw his jacket. And and he was behind me in the checkout line.
Yeah.
And he was a retired Navy guy.
Oh yeah.
He had a hat on. And he
Old
looked at
soul.
he had airplanes and wings and all that on. He
Right.
flew the A6 Intruder. That's an awesome plane.
The A what?
A6 Intruder.
Oh,
Oh,
the
yeah.
intruder. Oh yes. I know it well. Big old hole up in the front that suck you right in there if you get in front of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's
And it's been there's a video of some guy getting sucked into
yes,
it.
there is. Yeah, it's a very
I
popular.
ain't watching that. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, that's a popular film in the Navy. It's for training purposes to teach the next idiot don't stand in front of the intake because this guy did.
But thankfully, he lived with just minor
Yes,
injuries.
he lived. He did. He wasn't killed. He was held
How
up
the
by
hell
the.
did he do that?
He was instead of being sucked all the way into the engine, his body was stopped by a set of veins that are in front of the compressor section, and but yeah, you see him. It's on the flight deck of a carrier, so the engines are revving up. He's the guy that's going to run down there and make sure the wheel is hooked to the ramp, and then he's supposed to stand up and back out of the picture, or keep low and stand out, get out of the out of the way before the launch officer will tap the deck and point to it. Go that way.
Wow, hey,
I'm
careful
sorry,
there,
the
cowboy.
Guy says go that way, and some guy hits a button, and boom, they shoot that thing off like a cannon. But this guy stood up, and when he did, the intake of the engine just sucked him right. And there's video of it, just plain as day, because there's videos of all flight deck operations, and it just sucks him right into the intake. He's gone. You don't see nothing of it, and
Yeah,
all of a sudden
yeah,
you see the engine just and all sorts of shit flies. So.
And the other guy on there, he told the pilot to cut engines real quick. Too,
Yeah, he
so
tells the
he's
pilot
real-
to shut down. You got
Yeah.
Bob.
Real quick on that one.
They
I
call
just thought down Tinker Your Pink.
They-
That's
they-
all, because another
that
Navy
FOD,
guy.
foreign object damage. That's the first thing we
Ouch.
did every
Pod
morning.
walk. FOD walk.
Yep, that's right, FOD walk. You get out there and everybody gets in a line and you walk down the flight ramp and you pick up anything you see, because anything could get sucked into the engine, and if that happens, well, you're screwed.
You're foobar.
A little washer, where a little
man.
screw can do so much damage.
Yeah, yeah. Every time I worked on an aircraft, you had to account for every tool you went in with, every tool, every screw that you took out, whatever it is, you had to account for that shit. And
you know what's crazy about those videos? You go watching them on YouTube.
Oh man, there's a
well,
shit
no.
load of
Here's
them.
the thing: you go on YouTube.
Yeah.
You start reading the comments on those videos. Everybody on that flight deck managed to find the video on YouTube and said, "I was there that night. I was so and so on so and so, and I knew so and so, and all that other shit." And
I was surprised the other day that when I on Memorial Day, I posted a memorial to some friends of mine, buddies that didn't make it home, and in the comments down there was somebody that said, "Wow, John, amazing. He was a young, 19-year-old AW airman.
Oh, really?
Air warfare airman. He was in VP 91, which I believe was on the opposite end of the hangar. No, the opposite hangar of the next hangar over from us on the opposite end.
Yeah.
So he was there that day, and said that the sound of that crash would never leave his mind. As
that's the way that is with anybody that's lost anybody in the military.
Yeah, you don't.
That's
forget
your
that
life.
Shit. You don't forget that shit ever. Anyway, it was unusual in this big old world to find somebody that was on the base that same day.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was nice to hear.
insane.
Nice to hear that somebody kept has that. It's not good he has a memory. I'm just I'm glad he remembered.
Yeah. Don't forget.
You don't forget.
No.
You never forget. And anyway.
Now, we're talking about going into the pilot. Before we do that, one other thing. How are we doing as far as talking about getting together? I heard somebody said San Antonio. I've had people ask me. I've said, well, I don't know yet.
Yeah, for everybody that's listening, we're trying to put a Blue Dot meetup in San Antonio in
July.
July.
Right now, there's a poll going on to figure out what weekend in July would be the best one.
It's looking like the weekend of the 21st.
The end of July.
Yeah, the end of July. About the 21st of July, I think, is what the date is now. But yeah, I know we have we got one Blue Dot that's going to fly in from Seattle, baby. So that's that's a big deal. David Robinson.
That's close to my birthday that weekend.
Well, there you go.
Getting close to mine too.
Yeah.
There you go. We can all, even if y'all can't make it, we'll all
I don't
celebrate.
have birthdays. I quit having birthdays.
I'll have a
You
drink
quit?
on.
I have anniversaries of my 21st birthday.
There you go.
I don't have birthdays.
That's the way to go about it.
I celebrate my 21st birthday every year in remembrance.
I stopped counting.
Yeah, I don't give a shit no more. It's my birthday, so what? Happy birthday again.
Been there a couple of times.
Yeah, weren't you here last year with that same story? It's like
just another day in the calendar.
That's all it is, baby. That's all it is. But
29 again.
I think we should all celebrate Travis's birthday this year, though.
Oh, God damn it.
We should, buddy.
When's Travis's birthday?
I have to share
it's on Flag Day. It's on Flag Day, coming up on June 14th.
Now, we'll miss each other by a couple of days.
Let's see who else recognizes what date that is.
I have to share the birthday with the blubbering orange idiot.
Yes.
It is not, really?
Yep, it's the same day as Donald Trump's birthday. Yeah, so Travis celebrates his birthday on the same day Donnie the Dick does.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm happy.
I want to see his birth certificate to make sure he was actually born on the 14th.
No shit, right?
I want to make sure there's not a orangutan involved in this thing. I heard it on the internet. I'm sorry.
But even though I'm not caught up to y'all,
and that's the truth,
That is the truth.
Even though I'm not caught up to y'all, I've stopped counting too, so I really don't care. It's just
kiss
another.
my ass.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just
Your number
saying.
still starts with a 2.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't count.
It does, but.
I wish that mine age started with a 2 again.
Oh, I'm just happy mine still starts with a 6.
You have to wait.
I would
till
be
you-
happy to get. Would be happy at a 30.
Yeah.
Oh, 30, 30.
I'm not complaining about being 20, but it is getting to that point where I've already had a quarter life crisis? Or not crisis, but it was like one of those like, oh man, life is kicking me in the butt right now. It's like adult life shit.
Yeah,
like,
shit.
you know.
John,
Yes, sir. What?
how old were you when Travis was born?
I was 38. I was 38 when he was born. Mom and I were married for 14 years before he came along.
Y'all were smart for living your lives a little bit before you had kids.
Well,
Well, how old are you now, Travis?
I'm about to be 28.
about to be 28. Are you shit?
So
What happened to
29 was the
fucking
hard
years?
one for me.
I swear.
So-
God. Next
You're
president
still,
is 30.
John, if you're still alive in 10 years,
Yeah.
because when Travis turns 38, he'll be getting older faster than you are.
Now I'd like to hang around to see that. I'd like
he'll
to
never,
see.
be, he'll never.
I
be
swear he
happier
comes
than
in the
he
living room
ever-
every once in a while and tells his mama, I think my hair's going thing. Oh, kiss my butt. Got a hair like you wouldn't believe.
well, my hair is long, but my
You
hairline is definitely receding
Yeah,
quite a bit. But
Go
the thing
sing
is,
your
though, is I
song
don't care
somewhere
about
else.
going bald.
Yeah,
It's just hair.
Get you a violin.
Yeah, well, did I just say I was complaining? I just said I don't care about my hair.
Yeah, that's what I used to say too when I had a whole head full of it.
No.
I don't.
I'm going to tell you what. If I can live a long life without getting any, illnesses or anything like that, I'll be more than thankful. If I lose my hair, so be it. I just want to live a life of being
I
healthy.
just want
That's
you to
it.
make it, baby. That's what I've
Yeah.
always said. If you make it to our age, most of us out here, you're lucky.
That's all I want.
You're lucky we made it this far. I don't forget that a damn day of my life. I'm lucky to be here, baby. So whatever they throw at me, fuck it, I've been through worse, baby. We'll get through whatever they throw at us. We'll get through it.
You were.
Yeah, don't expect me to cry over spilt milk. Shit, you wouldn't believe the milk's been thrown in my face, baby. So,
Yeah.
it's just shit you got to deal with. That's always what I say. You adapt, you overcome, you go forward. That's it.
For sure.
You got no other choice in life, and that's what we have to do here in our country. That's what we have to do. We have to.
Evolve or die.
That's right. We evolve or we die. We adapt. We overcome. And this bullshit that we have in our house right now, that's just one more problem that we have to overcome. And sometimes it's shit, and this time it's shit. But at least everybody can recognize it for what it's for.
Really quick, we want to welcome Bud One Man to the call. How's it going, Bud One Man?
Hey, bud.
Hey, bud.
Good.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing great.
Great. Remind me where you are.
California, Southern California.
Oh, Southern California. That's right.
I remembered I was about to
That's
say,
right.
but I was testing you.
Legal weed.
Yes, yes. I'm
Yeah.
well aware of that today. Yeah, it's,
I seen that, John. I seen that.
did you? I enjoyed
Yes, I did.
I enjoyed that too. I have the rest of it out there in that bowl, so I'm not done with.
What are you talking about?
I'm not saying.
Yeah, I'm not saying either.
I don't kiss hell.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Really
not-
quick, has anybody seen this fucking tweet from Trump today
Which one?
about the
The one
moon?
about Mars
Oh.
and the
Oh,
moon.
what a
Are you
Yes.
shitting
What
me?
a
There you
fucking dipshit.
I'm telling you.
What
They're
I
the
missed?
same thing.
Go ahead and read it.
What I missed?
For those that don't know the words of wisdom of our president, Travis, would you please?
Oh wait, am I supposed to try to do it in this
I was a
voice?
lead-in.
Oh.
Like, you're into this shit, medium, acting, all that. That was a lead-in. That was your line. Get your shit together. Come on.
Well, now I have to try to get the energy to even bear myself to do this. This one breaks my brain. For all the money we're spending, NASA should not be talking about going to the moon. We did that 50 years ago. They should be focused on much bigger things that we are doing, including Mars, of which the moon is a part. Defense and science.
Defense and science. But, yeah,
Anybody
the
into
moon is a part.
Yes.
Yeah. So, trying to dissect that stupid tweet, he's saying, don't think about the moon. But in the same tweet, he says, we're
Think
going to go
about
to
the
Mars,
moon.
but the moon is part of that. Yeah, because we got to get to the moon first, and then take off from the moon and go to Mars. That's the best way that they, these scientists,
That's the way they've been. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're
That
doing.
man is such a
They said
fucking
the
idiot.
05 point first.
What's that, Miss Linda?
I said we need a station at the L5 point first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would just take too much fuel to escape the Earth's atmosphere and everything and just zoom off to Mars,
That's the dumbest thing about this is he's so ignorant. He doesn't know that we
For a
need to
stable
have
genius, I'm telling you.
Yeah, for real,
Oh,
right?
maybe we could put him on that first flight.
Yeah, let's strap him to the top of the rocket.
Jesus Christ.
You hold this. We're going to put some duct tape here, Donnie. Don't worry, you'll be
Hey
fine.
guys, I get Twitter, and I'm reading this jerk off's tweet.
It's pure entertainment, I'm telling you.
3 hours ago, he says Dow Jones had the best week of the year.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
Yeah,
the Dow's
bullshit.
down. It was up 26. Now it's down to 25 something. I think it was. I'm telling you, people. I'm not no big whiz on the markets, but I just. I'm old, so you see a lot of shit. It's gonna make a big correction. I think it's gonna make a big correction.
And it has very little.
How the rich people are doing.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
going to drop 1,000 points, I guarantee it, when
That's what I'm
Mexico
thinking.
gets that 25%.
Yeah. Well, on that Mexico deal, I don't know how he's going to play this. I heard somebody's opinion, and I stopped to think, and I thought, well, that's probably a good way, because right now the Republican Party is really pissed at him over this tariff with the Mexico thing.
Oh, hey, breaking news here.
What's that?
He just tweeted 9 minutes ago. I am pleased to inform you that the United States of America has reached a signed agreement with Mexico.
You couldn't wait to let me get it out of my mouth first. There was going to be. Go ahead. Check my video from earlier today. You will see the prediction.
Yes, you said that.
Yeah.
So he can claim victory.
Yeah.
I forced them. I threatened them with a tariff, and they backed down. That's me, big bad Donnie. You shitting me. The Republicans were on his ass, especially those from California and Texas, with a lot of damn, Laredo's one of the. Yeah, he's an idiot.
Even Mitch was not happy with that.
No, Mitch was getting all pissed off, and as well.
Probably got an earful from his wife, the transportation.
Yeah, no shit. Her daddy's shipping company might lose some money. But yeah, the Republicans were revolting. And so
they're always revolting.
But to tell you the truth, I thought, no shit.
Revolting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least a bad taste in your mouth.
Very good. That was good. That's worth a bell. That's what my bell is. Bob's got a cowbell. This is the only bell I got though. It's one of them.
It worked.
Yeah, it's one of them ones you come up to the desk at the motel. Waiter or bellboy, and nobody comes.
No, you need a
Some neighborhood that the only one that can make your bell ring like that would be my daughter Melissa, and she's in the next room.
Oh yeah.
Liners.
Oh, there you go. Well, where was I? I was talking about.
You were
something.
saying how you can read the future.
Oh, well, I got to be honest with my prediction. I thought he would go ahead and sign it and put the tariff in place for Monday, and then by Sunday he would back down and say
Sunday night.
Yeah, Sunday night he would just come out and say, we're not going to implement it because they did corrective actions or whatever. So I guess he got ahead of the curve.
But now that we brought that up, I got to go take a look and see what is this agreement.
Well, that's what he says here. At the end of his tweet here, details of the agreement will be released shortly by the State Department, and that was 11 minutes ago. But supposedly
that means he never got a deal.
I don't think so.
It means he doesn't know what the deal is.
He says here Mexico in turn has agreed to take strong measures to stem the tide of migration through Mexico and to our southern border. This is being done greatly to reduce or eliminate illegal immigration coming from Mexico into the United States.
I did hear on the news that
they have been.
Yeah, they have been, and I heard on the news that Mexico was dispatching 6,000 soldiers to the southern border of Mexico to try to stem the tide. But let's don't forget, any of us, how we got here. And I'll go to my dying grave saying this. Donnie created this whole mess. The whole increase in migration up to this country. He stoked that fire. He primed the pump, baby, and he brought them here and now, so he could have something to bitch about, so he could scream bloody murder, and that's the only issue he has. That's the only thing he has to sell his little minions, his base out there, is immigration. That's it, and the big tax cut, and as soon as
and the wall.
Yeah, the wall. That's it. Build that wall and all that shit. Yeah, that's his signature issue. So he's willing to go to the cross for it, I guess. But you know,
Yeah.
I'm ready to get out the nails, baby. You want to go to the cross? Give me the hammer. Let's put you
Have
up
they
there,
said
baby.
anything else about the whoever that was that had the GoFundMe? They started building the wall.
Yes, they
have you heard anything? Because I know the city or somebody told them they didn't have the permits or something.
Right, the city stopped them. I haven't heard any more on that.
I did see that they rescinded that and let them go ahead and do whatever they would do.
Is that right?
Oh crap!
Yeah.
Who the hell is able to just go and
build a
build?
half-a-mile wall for $8 million? What's it going to cost to go all the way across the country?
I'm just sitting here wondering. They raised well over $2 million for that, and probably going much higher than that because they'll just go apeshit over it. And I was wondering just how many of those people would donate for a homeless cause, or
they would
not one person.
No, all those donations are based on hate.
They don't give a rat's
ass. Every dime
ass.
that was donated to that fund was done
and probably from people who have no experience with the border whatsoever. They just hear these things and they're like, "Oh, this is bad,"
I'm scared. They're come into my house.
That's
They're
what
steal from me.
That's what kills me when I hear somebody like in Iowa bitching about it. Are you shitting me? Where are they? Out in the cornfield? Can't see them.
Hey, if it wasn't for the people
migrants, that's right.
we wouldn't have people here in Iowa. It's like when they pick corn, they go to the DeKalb and all this.
That's what kills me about this conversation is the fact that you hear so many people griping about the migration and all that, but these farms especially that have things that you have to pick, lettuce be one, watermelons, apples, something like that.
Strawberries, all that stuff.
Strawberries, delicate shit that has to be picked by hand. Well, guess who does that? And they've been doing it for decades and decades. And yes, yes. So
Liz, you're not going to find an American that will go out there and do that all day.
No.
Hey, I grew up in the people.
Yeah, but
I understand. I mean, there's some people that do it. I mean, but the average person is not going to go out there and bend over and do that all day.
Right. No, I picked cotton when I was a kid. Had one of them. They go long sacks, but we knew we was only making money to go to the oh wow.
Well, I brought it up yesterday, John, that the whole thing with all of this and the people that they're stealing American jobs. No, they're not. That's the first thing. They're doing jobs that others won't do. But secondarily, if they are doing construction jobs or anything like that may be taking away, it's because the business owners just want to pay less.
Thank you, Leo.
You're blaming the wrong people.
Thank you, Leo.
Cheap labor.
Keep me right where we are right now. Let me pause for just a second so we can come back to this conversation. I want to thank Claudia Reyes Garcia, who just donated $25 and made a comment that said just a little something to help with the moving stuff. I appreciate you, John, and your family. God bless you, the United States of America. Bless you, Claudia. We appreciate it very much, and that will definitely go in. While we're at it, earlier in the day, I want to give a shout out to Keith Thompson, who also made a nice donation, and I told him that same thing that just went into the Travis Building moving fund
that's going to help me and my love quite a lot. So thank you so very much.
We're going to put that right in that fund too, because it's not going to be spent on anything else, because I got to do this in 30 days. So thank you very much, Claudia.
We really appreciate it.
That is very great of you. Thank you. But just like the ice raid that was up near Dallas not long ago, where this company was raided and it arrested 200 and some odd, I can't remember the exact number, undocumented workers. Guess who's supplying that company? With their labor. It was that company, and they knew who they hired, and they knew they could take advantage of these people.
And not a single person.
No, these people, you know, they're trapped in a situation. And let me tell you, these are hard-working people. They do the work, baby. They do the work. And Travis and I have worked around a lot of them.
Yes.
We have, you know, they could not speak English, baby, but I guarantee you at lunchtime they called us over, baby, because they had a guy out there with a hot plate cooking fresh corn tortillas, carne asada. He's the guy that's going to feed the crew, and they want to make sure that we're just hospitable as hell.
Yeah, especially to us, because honestly, I'm not going to lie on this. You know, with the current climate of things, the fact that we were white and they were so welcoming, I'm not going to say it surprised me, but it was definitely something I was so thankful for, because it's like they understand that not every single one of us is an asshole. And working
we
with
had
these,
a few on that crew.
Yes,
that
we
were
did.
assholes.
Yes, we did. And I can tell you,
they weren't invited for lunch.
No, they fucking weren't. And I got to say though, they were also some of the nicest people to work with. I got so happy when I heard, oh, you're gonna be working with Jorge today.
Jorge, yeah.
Or Marco.
Yeah, Marco was a great
Marco
guy.
was. Me and Marco had so many good conversations. You know, he was such a nice guy, and yes, they're here to work. That's it.
Yeah.
Find a better life. They tell you this stuff. They're, you know.
Send a little money home.
They send it all home, baby.
That's the kick. Who the hell wouldn't do that?
No,
Exactly.
that's right. I'm telling you, I've had a lot of jobs in my life, and they weren't all glorious things. I mean, I've had to do some downright nasty shit before, but you do what you got to do at any time. You know, it's you don't have a choice. You know, the choice to give up and do nothing is not a choice of any measure.
And they are too proud of people to do that.
Yes.
Now, getting here sometimes the way they get here, it bothers people, but it still gets down to, and I will always say this: you want to change that, then pay a better living wage to the people here. That's the first thing. But if you don't want to do that, don't bitch.
Yeah. Don't.
Amen to that.
Amen to that.
I had someone talking about that. I had somebody tell me they were completely upset with the fact that these, they would send all the money home.
Yes.
And and that money should be kept here in the United States. I go, look, they're sending that home.
Security and their taxes.
What do they want them to go down to the stripper bar and spend it there or something? That's what they think is going on. You know.
For all of us that still work.
I'm telling you, most of them I've ever worked around, when payday came around, you could find them right down there at that Western Union shop, sending that money home.
If you don't like it, then why don't we make it easier for people to get a pathway to citizenship here, and especially those who are working. Try to make it easier for their families to come with them so they can support them here.
I don't buy into this bullshit of the migrants are coming here to take your job.
Anyway, she was really surprised.
They're taking are the ones they're given.
What's that, Velda?
I said, and she was really surprised that the ones that come across and send the money, they provide about $32 billion into the economy.
Yes. And guess what? They're not getting that Social Security back. You know, they pay taxes just like the rest of us. And,
even the green cards don't get their Social Security.
No, they don't get it, but they pay into it. It's taken out of their wages, and it's just another way of, you know, there's just so many things that go on with the immigration issues that you can just tell are just ridiculous. My biggest one has always been the fact that we have veterans, we have combat veterans that serve this country that have been deported to Mexico, who haven't lived there since they were 8 years old. And they came here.
Fight other guys, watch them fight and die, and got hit themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn right.
And I should have it written down. I don't. There's a program that helps is trying to attempt to help them to re-enter the, get their legal status. But, you know, especially with the guy that we got in office now, it just never rings so true. Are you shitting me that we have a draft dodging coward con man in the White House, but a man that served this country under combat conditions, and he's not eligible? There's something wrong with that picture.
Something very wrong.
You know, so.
Linda, rubber band.
Is that Miss Linda's wind chimes?
Yeah.
They sound pretty, darling. They sound pretty. That's all right. Little musical entertainment is just fine.
Well, everything that he did on the whole D-Day thing, all of it was just embarrassing.
It really was.
I'll tell you what. Sitting down with Laura Ingraham itself. That's
next to a damn.
That's the first right there. You know, she was just on her show the other day griping about white supremacists don't have enough time on social media to spread their message. You know, kiss my ass, lady. Who are you? You're just sick. But then to watch Donnie in front of those American graves in Normandy, and then start railing against Nasty Nancy and crying Chuck Schumer and blah blah blah. There's no honor in this guy at all.
Oh, somebody's getting a Skype.
Somebody call it.
And I love the fact that YouTube is taking all those white supremacists, radical shows off YouTube.
Yes, they've started stripping them down, and those that are borderline, they're demonetizing. Which
I've seen that.
Yeah, if you've got millions of subscribers, that monetization, well, that could bring in a pretty penny. We have our videos monetized. They're monetized with a skippable video, meaning that you see the first 5 seconds or 4 seconds, something like that, and then you can just skip over it. That little thing right there, it produces an income of what?
Well, I'll just say this: the threshold for Google to give you a check
is $100.
$100,
and we don't
get it every month. Every other month, maybe every other 2 months. We pretty much get a Google check.
Yeah. Which is cool. You know, you get Google money. You go, oh wow, look, I got Google money. It took you 2 months.
I'm going to go back through all of the. I'm going to go back through all of those videos that I've missed over there, and I'm going to watch those the infomercials, and that'll be good.
No, you don't have to do that.
I will tell y'all what. I am watching the number on the YouTube. We just passed over 950,000 views. And so now we're on that last 50,000 views, and we'll have over 1 million views on
total
YouTube.
On YouTube, and that's incredible.
Yay!
You guys got us.
That's it.
To nearly 1 million views on
we're
YouTube.
Almost
that's
at a million
incredible.
Views. Don't they give you a trophy or
no? They give you that when
money
you
or
They give you a plaque at 100,000 subscribers, but at 1 million views, maybe they'll send a letter. That's about it.
Pat on the back.
Yeah. Thanks for giving us money, because really Google's profiting off the fucking ads.
Google's the one making money on this, not me.
So currently, our total
we get a
view
little
count,
tiny piece of the income.
Our total view count is 951,093 views, and that's y'all's work right there. That's not our work. That's y'all's work for putting up with our bullshit every week. So
you can go in there. They have analytics for just about everything. Has the video been translated into another language? Yes, it has. That's pretty cool. You know, it's pretty neat to know that.
And you watch the video in another language.
Yeah, watch it in another language.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think they put subtitles on it or something. I don't know what they do.
I'm trying to look for the analytics really quick because I think that'd be entertaining. But it's just really neat. It's so fucking cool.
Yeah, I think it's my voice, but
I want to hear you talking French, so I think I'll go over and see if I can find you in French.
How do you say, are you shitting me in French?
Y'all think I'm heartbroken. Y'all don't think I know French. Y'all are sitting out there thinking John doesn't know any French. Oh, are you shitting me?
How do you say, are you shitting me in French?
Well, I don't know that one.
Well,
I do know, simple things. Like turn off the light. That's called, flip your switch. That's cut the grass. That's mow the lawn. That's French. Cut the grass. Mow the lawn.
Y'all don't have to laugh at that, goddamn.
That's all I've got. Damn it. I don't.
Life is shit, my friend.
That's right. That's right. Stay thirsty.
All I can remember from French class.
And no, hell no, I don't.
All right, now I'm going to give it to y'all straight. Laissez les bons temps rouler. Who knows what that says?
The part says something about the roll at the end of it, but what was it again?
Laissez les bons temps rouler.
Let the good times roll.
Let the good times roll, baby. That's down in Mardi Gras. If you go to Mardi Gras, that's what it is, baby. Laissez les bons temps rouler. let the good times roll, baby. And so that's the call to Mardi Gras, baby. Is that statement?
Oh,
so.
Talking about Louisiana, did you see Dr. John died?
Yes, I did,
yes.
And I have seen him live. Oh, I don't, not hundreds of times, but I mean a lot of times. He was a very popular musician down in New Orleans. Just that just broke everybody's heart down there.
He owned New Orleans. He really did.
Mean to tell you, there were a few people I had, the privilege to listen to when I was a kid. Pete Fountain was one of them. He came. He was. My dad was a member of the Elks Lodge, and my dad played the accordion, and some other people in the Elks Lodge played some other music, and it was just a jam thing going on. And it's you don't realize that special moment in your life when you're a kid until you look back at it when you get old and you go, oh yeah, that's the guy we used to sit around and listen to. So it's. I've always been I love big band music. I love swing, big band, good orchestra, upbeat, fast tempo, all that kind of good shit. But
I do like 40s music.
I do.
I've directed it a couple of times, but I've been in it three times. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's called 1940s Radio Hour.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's a musical, and you have a big band on stage, and as you'd expect from a radio broadcast in 1940s,
right?
With big hits in it. God, it was wonderful.
Yeah,
love performing that show.
That was a rough time in our history, but a lot of us romanticize that period in a way. I know I do. I look at it as in my eyes, the last time everybody in America was behind the war effort. After that, we fell into North Korea and Vietnam, and things didn't go as well. They're not popular wars.
And they haven't since.
Right. But World War II, we were attacked in Pearl Harbor, so we had good reason in the war effort. And but again, I might, it wasn't good for everybody. If you were a Japanese American citizen, it wasn't that good.
You were screwed.
Yeah, you were screwed. You were fucked. You're going into a concentration camp. We want to thank
Works on Cars.
Oh, Works on Cars. Oh boy, man, you're messing me up with that because I'm always saying, wait a minute, there's no vowels in there. Works on Cars just donated $5 to Travis's Moving Fund. Works on Cars, buddy. We appreciate that tremendously.
Thank you very much. Works on Cars.
Working on cars, but that's.
I bet that's a fun.
That's a fun way to earn your money, baby. You busted up your knuckles every time you turn around. So Works on Cars, buddy. We appreciate the hell out of that.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we're gonna put that right in Travis's
moving fun. So this is really interesting here. I'm looking at the analytics of our.
What's it say?
Well, our demographic as far as age group, the age group of people watching
is
That's
y'all.
55 through 64 years old is 38.6%.
Yeah, well, there we go.
We have people 45 to 54, 23.4%. And we actually have quite a bit of people watching in the 35, between 35 and 44, which is 12.3. And even a small percentage of young people are watching, about 3.3 to 0.2% in 18 to 24. Yeah.
I'm happy.
What about us old parts?
Yeah. We're a diverse family, baby.
Obviously, our majority of people who watch are from the United States at 85%, but we have Canada at 4.8%, United Kingdom at 2.1%, we have Australia at 0.6%, Netherlands at 0.2%, and the list does go on, but that's the top 5.
Wow. See there? Love it.
That is really cool.
Worldwide, baby.
I haven't looked at this before, so I'm like fascinated by the...
I look in there every once in a while and just get amazed in there and go, wow, no shit. My voice went that far.
The worldwide thing kind of gets you, there'd be that many people from other parts of the world.
Yeah.
Actually, listen. They ain't got a dime in it.
Yeah, and it's not unusual because when I'm on Bob Kincaid's show, he has regular listeners over in Australia, and they comment all the time, and so the people in this country that are trying to use their voice and spread the message because of social media and everything, it goes worldwide, baby, and that's when we find out that it's not just us, baby. The world thinks he's a jackass. So, and we saw that. We saw that in the UK, baby. Donnie evidently didn't see him, but I'm sure if he turned on the news, he would have saw it. And you can't tell me he didn't see it anyway. You see, but freaking
He's
blimp
seen
in it. Yeah, he's seen it.
Did you see that his boys, when they were in Ireland, did a pub crawl? I was
Yes.
reading today that they never paid for it yet.
Well, there you go. There in true Trump fashion. There you go. They're not going to pay for it. Make a pub crawl. I swear. That's those two right there. All three of them. All four of them. All four of them make me sick because what I see is the same cycle of a rich little shit growing up having everything handed to him on a silver platter, and now you see the Ivanka. She's special assistant to the president of the United States. She's got a resume now that looks. Are you shitting me? Same way with Don Jr. and Eric and Jarrett. There's
I kind of feel bad for Barron.
For who?
Barron, the the one that he has with Melanie or whatever, Melania.
Yeah, I don't. I leave Barron out of the hit, but I don't hold hope that he is going to be different if they have anything to do with it. You know, I don't. Let's hope. Let's hope that he's paying attention to how much of a dick his dad's being, because the other three that. They jumped right on the bandwagon, baby. They climbed into the clown car and said, "Come on, Dad, let's go."
This is where we got to shine the most because, yeah, Barron for one is way too young to even know any of this shit, and we do not want to step to the level that they did with Obama's daughters.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely not.
Because that was the worst kind of treatment I've ever seen.
And
what I feel is really sad. The really sad thing is. He would have really have gotten a great experience of going over there, meeting meeting the Queen, and to deny him that point is ludicrous.
Well, that just tells you that Donnie and his family weren't looking at it as a cultural event. They were looking at it as, look at me, I can get my picture taken here or there, and I'm rubbing elbows with the rich and the royals. It's disgusting, you know. But you're right. You know, as a cultural experience, that would have done Barron good. You know?
Yes, you've seen the picture of the Queen with her crown and him with the Burger King crown on and a pack of Burger King.
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
Great.
That sounds good,
funny.
though. I did see the one of that tweet that Travis wrote a little while ago about Mars and the moon, and it had these lines and circles on red, you know, with notes from the moon is not part of the Mars, you know, and it's
a teacher's correction.
Yes, all the teacher corrections on the tweet. It's like, holy shit, you know.
You were talking earlier about him talking about walls in Ireland. I can tell you why he was saying about that.
What?
There's a guy who golf course there in Ireland. Mm-hmm. That has big signs that says Donald Trump sucks.
Yeah.
And all that across there. And he wants a wall built across there.
Yep. To block
and the Irish will not let him build it.
Good for them. Good for them. Freedom of speech, baby. Yeah, that guy's been around a long time. Donnie tried to buy him out and shove him out and everything he could do. He couldn't get rid of him. And so the more
he just told him to go.
Yeah, go piss up a rope, buddy. You know, and I'm proud of him for it. You know, it's good. They need to have more stand up and say that kind of shit.
Let's send him some new fresh paint, right?
Yeah, really. Get them signs freshly painted out there. So, yeah, it's they had a little meme on there on Facebook today, and it was the Queen looking out the window. And, is he gone yet?
Yeah.
What the hell is he doing? Get out of here, you jerk ass. But yeah, he's back in town.
I bet you did say it too.
Oh yeah. Well,
I'm glad this is over with.
Now we can get back to the regular, normal shit show. Instead
we can talk to normal people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, really. But anyway, I guess I better think about wrapping this up because I have a date tonight. I have a date with Mama.
You and Mama?
Yep.
You and Mama going out?
No, well, we're not going out, but we got a date.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, well, we're watching a show on Netflix, and she promised me I promised her I got wrangled into a movie, so There you go.
Oh, popcorn and holding her hand.
I don't know what the movie is.
I don't look
I
at
didn't.
me.
I didn't ask. I'm watching a movie because.
Yes, ma'am.
You're gonna go watch it blind, yeah?
It's hard. I sympathize with it. Is over 42 years of marriage. It is hard for me to get down to sit down and watch a movie. I don't want. It's an investment in time. I've got shit I'm thinking of. I got to look at this. I want to read this. You know, I got a list of eternal shit I got to do. So yeah, I don't. And sometimes going on Bob Kincaid show because some of the guys, they'll all start talking about movies, and they know movies, directors, stars' names, and all that stuff. Stars' kids' names, stars' mama's names, and I'm sitting there going, "Well, I know that song. I can't remember who sang it. I know the song, though. You know."
Well, that's fine though. You contribute in different ways. You're not. You're
well,
not
I've been
the
trying to
movie
be
guy.
nice. She was nice because the last thing we just watched the other day was Catch 22. And that's a war movie, so yeah, she probably picked that just because
it'll catch your
she
attention.
knows. Oh, look, airplanes. Oh, airplanes with guns. I can watch this.
Ooh, shiny.
Been there, done that. That's I mean.
Birdie.
Last night, Sparky told an absolute funny. Is Sparky in there? Yeah, he's in there. Last night, Sparky, he's muted, but he can probably hear me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he listens. Last night, Spark was telling a story of.
Don't ruin the story because we'll just have to have him tell it. But oh boy, that's an adventure I want to see on a film one day.
It had to do with B-52s and. Well, I can't give that away and give away the whole thing, but he's there.
He said he's gone to go watch the NBA finals.
Oh, he's going to watch the NBA finals. Well, then, anyway, there was contraband in the B-52, but they had to wait for the
right moment.
Yeah, I related a similar story. When I was over in Southeast Asia, we put a little bit of marijuana in the plane, but in a spot that you had to wait to the right moment to be able to access where you put it, because the plane would have to come through Hawaii and be searched and everything. They were looking for that back in the early 70s and whatnot, and so the plane makes it back, and there you are sitting there looking at the plane for 37 days and ain't that time to come to bring that plane in the hangar? You got some maintenance to do on that thing. We need to bring in 5 out here, get it in the hangar, just waiting. But he had a similar story, but it was much more intense, and it was really cool.
It's
story.
a good one.
Yes, we laughed good about it last night. And Travis went in there and told the whole story to Mama.
Oh,
should have heard the story.
I had to tell the story to Rose. It was so good because again, I could see it scene by scene in a movie, like a Cheech and Chong movie.
Oh, it would.
It would have been a perfect Cheech and Chong movie moment.
Are you going to do a broadcast on Sunday?
We're planning to.
Yeah, we're planning to.
Well, get him to tell it on Sunday.
There you go. We'll bring it up and let him tell the story because it's a little longer and a little more colorful than I could give credit. I could do credit to it. So we'll wait and let Sparky do it. But you got the gist of what the idea is that it's shenanigans go on in the military just like everywhere else. It's besides that, I guess the statute of limitations run out 43 years ago.
Let's pray.
That's right. That's right. But I really enjoyed that. As a matter of fact, I want to try to jump into those Discord more often. I really enjoyed that last night. That was great conversation.
It was fun.
It was. I enjoyed myself tremendously. I guess we talked until about 10 or 10:30 or.
Yeah,
It was about 10:30 last night.
That was one of the points of the Discord group anyway. So yeah, we're gonna try to schedule more non-stream calls so we can just all get together and talk.
Yeah, just jump on Discord and bullshit instead of having the video going and all that. We'll just have a Discord talks or something like that. I don't know. Got so much right now going on. We're doing it 6 days a week with the 3 rants and then the 3 live. That David Robertson. That's the guy. He's out in Seattle. David.
He's up on your wall too.
He's up on my wall. He is. Let's see. Look at her, David. We're gonna let everybody see. This is David, and let me get it. That's David. And he's standing in front of the White House, and he has a blue dot. Are you shitting me? T-shirt on. David is holding up a blue dot that he that he cut out so he could. Blue Dot in Texas. Yeah, he sent me 2 other pictures with him flipping the bird. That's David Robertson, and he just donated $10 through Super Chat. David, we appreciate that very much, buddy. We're gonna get Tress moved.
Thank you, David, so much.
Everything we get for now until we get that thing done is all going into one thing to get him moved. So thank you, David. We appreciate the shit out of that. David is the one that's thinking about flying into San Antonio. So, but I do. I love the picture of Dave standing out because that's my T-shirt with my face on it, and he's holding up that Blue Dot, baby, and I just.
That was the closest you ever got to the White House there while Trump's in office.
Yeah.
Talking about the White House, I read today that the fence in front of the White House, they're going to make it taller.
What is Donnie scared?
Because, oh yeah, well you know that dude that jumped the fence and or not.
Yeah,
that's something that happened years ago. They just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, there's been several of them jumped that fence.
Yeah.
Talking about
planning though.
I've been to in front of the White House, but it was many years ago. It was 1971. The last time I stood. Oh wait, no. In 1981, I think me and Marshall went. No, I'm sorry, I'm getting see. Short-term memory, but
that ain't short-term. That's long-term.
Well, it's memory. Yeah,
SR.
Can't remember shit. CRS. Suffer from it all the time. But yeah, no. The first time I went, it was in my mind a scene right out of a movie because I went to. I was going through A school in Jacksonville, Florida. One of the guys in my outfit was from Washington D.C. He said, "John, you want to come home on the weekend with me? You got a weekend pass?" Yeah, let's go, baby. So we jumped on a plane and landed in Washington D.C. and we went to his house. And then, in my mind, it was a magical night because we went out to the garage to get in the car to go take a tour around town. This is at night. And there it is, a Fiat Spider convertible, little 2-seater.
I owned one.
Oh man, just a magical car. This is like
I got it from
This is like right out of The Graduate. It's like this is so cool. And we got in that car and we spun around all over Washington, went in front of the White House and all that stuff, and I had a great time that weekend with him, and it was all, like I said, he was out of my my social economic ladder, where I came from and where he came from, and it was quite an opening experience. His sister, I remember her, she was so gracious to me. His mother and father were so nice. Anyway, that was my first experience there, and it was like just out of a movie, just like wow, zipping around in a 2-seater convertible. Look at me. I know somebody who has a car. That's what that was. No, I'll tell you, that's one of the one thing about being in the military is it exposes you to people who are from different parts of the country, different parts of the world. There was a guy that was from New York. Every time he came back from visit, he brought salamis and cheeses and sausages like you just wouldn't. Wine. It was like you just, really stuff I'd never heard of or tasted, and it was great. It gives you that opportunity. Lots of other opportunities you might not like, but the military is full of them, baby. You never know what you're going to end up with. Anyway, that about.
I think we're going to have to cut it. We're cutting it close as is. So.
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
I got one final question. What color are we going to paint the wall?
Blue.
Blue. Paint it blue. Yeah, with blue dots. We'll paint it one shade of blue and put blue dots all over it. So, yeah, baby. No, that's one of the sad things. The whole wall issue is something that he just sells, baby. That's all he does.
Yeah.
And now our soldiers are going to go down there and paint that said wall.
Ain't that pitiful? Ain't that sad?
They don't do enough painting as it is.
Yeah, we ain't got enough for them to do. You know, some of them are already been on their third, fourth, fifth deployment. You know, it's this time we won't let you go over there. We'll just have you paint a fence for a weekend, and then we'll send you back over there or some shit.
Our guys are not handymen.
No, this is makeshift work that he shouldn't be delving into the military for any of his shit. His wall or sending them down there to make believe that they're protecting the border.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's just stop with the theatrics. You know, it's just ridiculous. You know, I live down here.
Abuse of power.
Yeah. What's really embarrassing, if y'all are noticing, and I know you are, is the Inspector General's report on all of these detention centers, these places where they're holding the Border Patrol's detention. They're just like, that's criminal, baby. Holding people like that's criminal. You know, that's disgusting for our country. I just can't. You know, it just really pisses me off when I start reading about
not being able to get to a bathroom, standing room only.
Yes, standing room only, and you're shitting in your pants. Put that picture in your mind. You know,
and there for days
on end. Welcome to America, baby. Welcome to America. That's not the image I want.
Refugees around the world are treated that way.
No.
The last time I seen pictures like that was out of pictures from World War II in the concentration camps and the gas chambers.
Yes, that's what I related it to. The last time I saw that, they were shoving Jews into boxcars, standing room only, and they'd be in there the same. Yeah. You know, that's we saw it before. We can't let that shit happen. That's why we're all in this. That's why it's so important to be involved. The conversations can go from just like we just had from something funny to something serious. The idea is to keep the conversation going. We all know why we're here. We can all have funny stories about this, that, and the other. We can enjoy each other's conversations, and we can laugh about this, that, and the other. But every time we meet, we're meeting for one particular reason, and that is to remind everybody that we're in this fight, baby, and we're in it to win. Not only not only the White House, but we need to take the Senate too. And on my list of things to do is to look up every I want to get a list of every state that is up, has senators up, and who the Democrat is in that state, so we can start concentrating on getting some of the image out, because there's a lot of talk going on in our political side. Yes, as a matter of fact, Biden got in the news today. He switched position on the Hyde Act, which thank goodness you finally came around to that thought.
Or he just did it to show, say something on TV and do the opposite.
Well, it's a big issue right now, as well it should, as it always has. But now, with the states passing laws, did y'all hear about Missouri's new law?
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. Let me see your flus. I gotta see your flus. Make sure that it can go in there. All that shit. That's just ridiculous. It's just another way.
Sanctioned rape.
Yes, it is. There's no reason for that. No doctor would tell you that that's required, and it's just another way to embarrass and degrade women. And that's what the Hyde Act.
Say, but I am from Missouri originally.
All right, yeah, well, there was a meme
I'm
going
sorry,
on.
bud.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm from Texas. You know, we all have
really.
we
don't have a good reputation either.
Yeah, we don't. You know, people. Oh, you're from Texas.
You guys might go blue this election.
We might, baby. We're trying so hard. We came so close last time.
I seen a poll they done today. I can't remember who done it.
Yeah,
but that if it's Biden and Trump, Biden would take Texas by 3 points.
I believe so. I believe there'd be a lot of people. Yeah.
Then there's 3 or 4 other ones they talked about. Then Trump's got a couple point lead on him. But
right.
That's if the election was been today.
Yeah.
But you know, it's still.
Yeah, they have Biden beating him here, which, you know, if he ends up being the nominee, bet your ass I'm voting for him.
Yep, me too.
You know, there's a lot of people
for whoever the Democrat nominee is.
Right. You know, but we're fixing to start seeing the debates, and the polls will start changing, and the cream will rise to the top. Away? Yeah, we're getting close. About 3 weeks. And
I'm excited.
I am too. Listen, to sound like a bunch of political geeks. Oh, I can't wait for the debates, man. Shit.
South Carolina, Lindsey Graham's state.
Yeah.
Is the guy that's his name is James Harrison.
James Harrison. Yes.
And anybody out there that's anywhere, he's got a thing up that's posting for donations.
South Carolina. MJ Haggard is here in Texas, trying to take Cornyn's seat. She's a female veteran pilot, and she rides a motorcycle. So hey, cool. Kick-ass Democrat, baby. So yeah, I want to get that list going because we need to start talking about those races. That's what's so important. We all know that we need the presidency, but it is so dire that we kick Mitch McConnell's ass out of there.
Even if we wouldn't take the presidency, if we can get the Senate,
that's
and
right.
Keep the House.
Yeah. If we have to take one of the two, boy, that'd be a hard pick. Because with the Senate and the House, well, we got control. But I don't trust that son bitch. I don't trust him as far as I could spit. So we need to do both.
The dictator's going. I don't know if you'd have any control or not.
Yeah. Oh, he'd still try to act like a dictator. We just have a more sensible Senate to be able to take care of his ass. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and shut it down.
I'm quite sure the Army would be more than glad to take him out in irons.
Yeah, I'd like, tar, feathers, a rail.
Yeah.
Those words sound real good to me.
Feathers.
Load him up on the rail, baby. Get his ass out there. I don't care if it's a frog march out.
I don't care how they get him out. As long as they get him out.
That's what I say. I don't care how he goes. Just get his ass out of there. I'm tired of the embarrassment. I'm tired of the. Yeah.
Fall down the steps and break his neck.
I don't go. Isn't that pitiful? Bless his heart. Get his ass out. Give me the meat wagon. Get him out of here. I don't give a shit how he goes. Just get his ass out. Anyway, people, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight. Thank you so much. We're going to head over. We're going to head over. Well, I'm going to head over to the green room for just a few minutes and say, because is there anybody else?
Yeah, there's a few people in the green
room. Okay, we don't want to take off without saying hi to them. So we're going to run over to the green room. So those on Discord, stay tuned. For the rest of you, thanks so much for tuning in on this Friday and giving us that precious gift of your time to join in the conversation and to listen and to be a part of this. So we're always thankful for that. Thank you for our Patreon members. Thank you for those that donated to the Super Chat and the PayPal donations. Those definitely going to make Travis happy when we get all that done. And
yes, thank you so very much.
Moved. So that's going to be Travis's fun. So we'll get that done.
It'll be a good birthday present.
Yeah,
to know that my home is safe.
Yeah. He's worried they're going to drop his home. Ain't going to drop their home.
Well, no, it's not. I'm a firm believer that accidents can happen, and right now with how everything's.
He's thinking the cable's going to break and it's going to drop the house. No, it ain't going to happen.
Well, it ain't going to bust it, but it's sure going to be
wouldn't break
pain in the ass to pick it back up.
Might break everything inside of it.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful night. We'll see you Sunday evening. We'll be back here live with another Blue Dot Family meeting. Y'all bring your conversation and we'll have a good time. So, see y'all later. Bye now.